Hey, and welcome to the Systems Boutique podcast. I'm Dr. Ramona H. Lawrence. Most people just simply call me Dr. Ramona. I'm your systems stylist and your business operations expert, and I'm here to help you build a high-end boutique style back-end that creates ease and scalability for you without sacrificing the luxury experience your clients absolutely deserve. So if you're a speaker, a coach, a consultant, a course creator, or author who's ready to stop the overwhelm, ditch the tech confusion, and finally streamline your systems and operations, you are in the right place. Each week, I'll bring you actionable strategies, expert insights, and behind-the-scenes business systems and operations insights to help you scale with ease, efficiency, and absolute excellence. So grab your notebook, your favorite cup of coffee or tea, and let's get to work. Welcome to the Systems Boutique, where systems meet style. Hey, and welcome back to the Systems Boutique podcast. We are in episode 2 of this series with Coach Rocky. I'm so excited for you all to catch up on this. If you were not here for episode 1, go back last week, listen. It was some good stuff in there. We talked about mindset, so you absolutely have to go back and listen to that one. Today, Coach Rocky, hello, back again.
Hey,
I know the people love you.
I love them too.
Yes, and so we are going to talk about some of the hidden costs of having these scattered systems. And so we talked about last week all of the money and the kind of mindset shift. And so let's dig a little bit deeper into that. And so let's talk about some stories. What are some stories of the missed opportunities that you've had that you can think about due to system overwhelm?
Well, I mean, primarily it's always going to come down to lead generation for me or even lead nurturing. And so if I have someone reach out in my social media DMs and they say, hey, I want to book a call, if I'm not available at 12 a.m., then they won't get a message from me until early in the morning. So there were several of those opportunities where I missed out on booking a call. There were several opportunities where people would call me and I just wouldn't be available to answer the phone. And now, like, I have it set up where if someone calls, there could be a message taken and then it shoots me an email just based on their message. I have missed opportunities even for payments, really, in the calendar piece, right? Like one part of my calendar goes down. People can't schedule a call with me. They can't get on my calendar. They don't know what my availability is. And not having it connected, it was a nightmare. Absolutely a nightmare. Even my emails, right? Like my emails will come to my phone or even on my computer. They weren't connected to my systems. So if a client or a potential client reached out to me and was like, hey, I want to book a call, I want to pay you money, period. Well, guess what? It's now in just the shuffle of all of the emails. I probably won't get to it until I see it, right? And what I love about the system is that I can set a specific email, and if they send a message to that email, it goes into the system, and then it can notify me and anyone else that this person sent us the email. So I missed out. I'm sure I missed out on double digit, man, probably 5 figures just from not having the right systems or even, oh, hold on. Can we talk about client onboarding? Oh my goodness. Y'all, we talk about before they pay you money. What about after they pay you money? Most of my clients are repeat clients. They come back and they keep paying me money. And they told me it's not because of your systems. And I'm going to admit this to y'all. They said it's not because of your systems. It's because of the work you do and how you show up for us. Can you imagine if they weren't just working with me off the strength of me, they probably wouldn't come back because of my systems. And the people who pay you once are more likely to pay you again. So now they have this strategy from me and the support from me, but now they also have the support from my systems and the onboarding process. Everything is so streamlined, and it gets people to come back and keep paying me money. Like even down to, hey, can you tell us how your service was? Or hey, it's been 90 days. Would you like to book another call? Y'all, that whole loyalty process after people pay you is a real thing. And so I lost out definitely 5 figures, even maybe mid 5 figures, on just not having the right systems in place.
Yeah, that onboarding is so important. And I have a lot of different clients who were, before they came to the system, oh, let me remember to send this person this email. And then let me go in there and give them access to this platform for this course. And then I have something in Kajabi and Teachable. And so now let me go to this other platform and make sure that they've got this. And then what happens when they're out? And then now I got to remember that I've got to go take them out of the system. It's just so scattered. And so people are like, you say that you have this value of ease, but it is
Yeah.
not easy to
But it's not easy.
whatsoever. And it is a huge issue. So, yeah, I totally agree with that. And so let's talk about like having ADHD, having people who are neurodivergent, because this is another cost of having these scatters.
It's a big topic.
Yeah, it's huge right now, especially, and people are becoming more aware. So, what are the types of things that you've seen those types of entrepreneurs struggle with having these scattered tools?
Oh, I think the number one thing is just overload. And it's like being someone who has ADHD, when I am overwhelmed, I shut down. And so being in a place where I shut down is not supportive of my business or my systems. So what that means is that if I shut down, my systems aren't there, then that means the business is shut down. And this isn't me being sick. This isn't me being out of capacity. This is me being overwhelmed from all the things. And so when you realize how much your systems are overwhelming you, because I would sit and I'd be like, oh God, I got to connect Kajabi. I got to do Acuity. I got to do, this and this and that. And then by the time you do it, it's so much time. I find that those who are indeed, we unintentionally procrastinate because we are overwhelmed or overstimulated. And I had to get to a point where I said, listen, this isn't working. This isn't working. And so being in one spot, knowing like, okay, I don't have to get off this screen. I just have to click to different tabs and I have to make sure these things are connected. It kind of calms that overstimulation. It calms that overwhelmness, and it makes you even better. It supports you even better as someone who has ADHD. So I really used to apologize a lot for being all over the place. And now I've just kind of gotten to a place where that's no longer me, because I'm not all over the place. Literally, I was literally, not just figuratively, I was literally all over the place. But now I feel like I have more of a system, and my brain feels like, you know what? We're here. We know we got to do this and that, versus what am I forgetting? Did I do everything? Yeah. So every new platform just meant another rabbit hole. That's really it. Now that I'm inside of one system, I know what I need to do. And even if I do have rabbit holes in my system, I'm in my system. Like I'm in that one place. So I think that was probably the biggest shift as someone who has ND, and how I struggled.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, how that consolidation really helped you to create that mental clarity. And so as you think about when you came in and you put all these things together, you knew that you were still dealing with ADHD and all of the being scattered and in the different tools. How did that help you with your business growth by consolidating into one place?
I got 50% of my brain back, y'all. I have to be very honest with you. Like, when you're not stretched so thin, you get that brain, that mental capacity back. And so it really, like, I wasn't hunting for data. I wasn't like troubleshooting this and that. I wasn't like building these temporary fixes and workarounds, because that's what I found myself doing a lot with these different systems. Like, if I could just get it to work for this launch, I ain't got to worry about it later, right? I was really just all over the place. Now, like, it feels like my workflows are just clean. It feels like my team knows exactly what it is that we got going on, what we're doing. And that consolidation really allows you to be a better visionary too. Because when you're not overstimulated and mentally overwhelmed from like all the systems, you can now be more creative, more of a visionary. You can now stick back to the mission and the vision of your company and help it grow. And so my offers go into launch in days and not just like months. Of course, we have AI, so AI helps us create offers a lot faster. But you know how amazing it is to have a funnel that works and is really good, and all you have to do is hit the duplicate button and then update a few things, and then now that thing is launched. Like everything just feels different. I'm also just more present in my own personal life. And we don't think about the personal costs that it has on our family, our kids, when you're constantly just like in your business all the time. And so just having that back and just knowing like I'm not just using another software, it's making me way more confident in just how I show up personally and professionally.
That's good. So if you're thinking about this person that might be listening and they might be thinking, I can manage my scattered systems just fine. I'm good. What would you say to your past self? So bring back your past self and say, what would you say about the hidden cost you didn't even realize you were paying?
You know, I would say you're paying more than just money, right? We always look at the money part, but you're definitely like your peace, your energy, missed opportunity. That was one of the first questions that you brought up. Missed opportunities for, to work with clients or converting leads into prospects and then prospects into paying clients. Just because you can manage the chaos doesn't mean that you should. It doesn't mean that you should continue duct taping and putting gum and different things like that and just making it work. Because I was you. I mean, at some points, I really was that person. And so I would tell her, look, there is a better way. You need to get it together. Your baby misses you. And my daughter she told me, she was like, Mommy, you always working on your business. When we gonna have a movie night? When are we gonna, go somewhere and do something for us? And it's just those things where now, like, if she's standing or sitting in my office with me, I show her, I'll be like, baby, I just gotta click this button and then I'll be done. I literally click the button and be done. And she believes me now. That is a big shift. And so if I could just talk to my past self, I would definitely say stop glorifying the hustle mentality and just start honoring your capacity and know like you're not lazy. You don't have to be a perfectionist, and over functioning on a broken foundation is not going to help you. That's what I would say to my past self.
Yeah, yeah, that's so good. And you talk about the broken foundation. And I was just talking to someone else, a CEO that I work with and doing some operations and talking about this idea of, we always talk about a skyscraper and how you got this beautiful stuff that's on the top of the surface, but a skyscraper is almost as deep as it is tall because the foundation has to go so deep for it to
Have
be
to
able
go
to
so
stand
deep for
up.
it to be that tall. Ooh,
Yeah, yeah. So when we
I'm
think
on that.
about this, when we think about this, it's like sometimes we're building so fast and we're building so many things. And, we just had this off air conversation about doing all the different things, right? All the things. And we're building so much and so fast and so scattered that we build this thing that looks pretty on the top, but the
But
foundation
it's
is
not.
so shallow it falls apart eventually because it
Yep.
looked great on Instagram. It looked great on social media, but the foundation, the systems, the ops, that's the stuff that's underground that you actually have to build your business on top of. And we build the pretty stuff, the stuff we like, the flyers, the things, right?
Yep.
And we don't have this. And so I think that, what you said just brought me to that analogy is that we really, really have to build the foundation, and having a really good CRM is part of that foundation. You're going to lose people. You're going to not be able to onboard. All of these things are going to happen if that foundation is not built. And then you say, I want to grow. I want to scale. What are you building on top of? It's
Yep.
going to fall, right? And
Growth
so,
comes before scaling, y'all. And for you to grow, you have to check what's underneath in order for you to scale, right? So I love that analogy you gave about the skyscraper because that's really true. That's very, very true.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to leave you all right here at a cliffhanger on the skyscraper, and you are going to come back, right? You're coming back for episode 3 of this series with Coach Rocky. And so we are talking about some good stuff. It gets juicier every week. And so I am excited to continue to offer you all this content. And so what we want you to do is go to thesystemsboutique.com. That is where you can find out all of the information about this wonderful CRM. Hop on a call. We will fix you up with the best option for you. And then we want you to come back next week for the next episode of the Systems Boutique podcast. So until then, share this with somebody else. Head over to the website and we will see you on the next episode of the Systems Boutique podcast. See you later.
Bye, guys.
All right, my chic CEOs, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you found value in today's conversation, do me a favor. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with another star. That's a speaker, a teacher, an author, or a coach who absolutely needs it. And hey, if you're ready to finally get your systems together, let's chat. Head over to thesystemsboutique.com/strategy to book your systems style strategy call, where we'll map out your perfect business back end. So until next time, keep it chic, keep it systemized, and keep shining like the absolute star you are. See ya.